All right, everyone. Hello, welcome to another video. Today, we're talking about the roadblocks to successful manifestation. What are the roadblocks that I have personally encountered on this journey of sort of learning about how to manifest things, how to create my reality, and how to ultimately live in a beautiful state of being, which I've really discovered is this is really what I'm doing here with this channel and with my life. This is the crevice of reality that I am now embarking upon, is just figuring out how do I live in a beautiful state most of the time, regardless of what is happening in the world around me. This is my ultimate goal in my life. This is my ultimate goal with this channel, is to sort of condense my lessons, the lessons that I've learned, and then sort of share that with you guys here on this channel, and then bring you guys along with me so that we can all live in a beautiful state together. So in this video, I want to discuss what are the roadblocks to living in a beautiful state. What are the roadblocks to successful manifestation? And how can we, what are the solutions? What are the solutions that I found personally in my life? And obviously this is something that I continue to sort of refine. Every day of my life, I continue to refine this. And in this video, I'm going to summarize what I believe are the roadblocks to successful manifestation and what the solutions are. What are sort of the guideline solutions that we can follow and instill into our lives so that we all live in a beautiful state and we all see our manifestations become true. Okay, so without further ado, I'll get into the video, and I'm going to kind of just condense some of the main points, some of the main roadblocks to successful manifestation. Number one, the main roadblock to successful manifestation is you. Okay, I'll use the first person. The main roadblock to my successful manifestation has always been me, and it will always be me. Okay, and you have to understand that if you have this belief that the external world, that you are at the mercy of the external world, and that other people can influence you, and that your external environment can influence you, and there's nothing that you can do about it, and that you're a victim, that will keep you in a poverty mindset. That belief will keep you in a poverty mindset, because what you're doing is you are outsourcing all of your creative power, your creative manifesting power to create your reality. You're outsourcing all of that power to the external world. You're going to, outsource your power to your parents, your siblings, your friends, your coworkers, the system, the government. If you are still making excuses as to why you cannot successfully manifest, and those excuses are pointed outward to external players in the physical world, you're never going to be a master at manifestation. So the solution there is to accept full responsibility. Accept that I am the God of I am the God of my reality. I am the eternal creator. I am the eternal dreamer, and I am choosing the dreams that I'm dreaming. If you can accept that, you can take full responsibility for that, then you are well on your way to becoming a master at manifestation. Okay. And this is something that we're all guilty of. This is something that I've been guilty of. I want to blame, when things aren't working out in my life, I want to blame people outside of me. But ultimately, nothing's going to change if you just blame people outside of you. If you blame external circumstances, nothing's going to change. So you have to accept full responsibility for your reality. Okay, that's solution number one. So number two, and this one is big. And it's not setting aside enough time for conscious imagining, conscious visualization. In other words, not setting enough time for silence. Okay, this one is really big, and especially if you're not doing this, if you're not setting aside time before you go to bed. Okay, there are days upon days upon days where I will consume social media, or this is what I used to do. I used to consume social media well before I went to bed, up all the way until the point that I went to sleep. And, or sometimes I would just consume myself in some activity all the way up to the point before I went to bed. And that could look like watching a ton of YouTube videos or scrolling on Instagram and social media. Just consuming your attention, your focus, your consciousness in something externally, and not giving yourself silent time, quiet time before going to bed to consciously imagine and visualize and put yourself into a good state. So the major roadblock to successful manifestation is not putting yourself in a beautiful state before you drift off to sleep. Okay, this is something that we should be doing every night. Every night, this should be your priority, because what you imagine before you fall asleep is what you're going to, that's the reality that you're going to manifest the next day. Okay, so you have to realize that when you're going to bed, when you're drifting off to sleep, you're going into the realm of heaven. You're going into the heavenly realm. You're going into the world of the subconscious. And what you're thinking about the moments before you drift off to bed, the moments that you drift off to sleep, what you're thinking about, that is what your subconscious mind is going to go to work on creating for your next day. So it's very, 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 very important that the moments before you drift off to sleep, you are fully conscious, you're fully aware of what you're thinking about, and you're making sure that you're putting yourself in a beautiful state. If you're not doing this, this is perhaps the biggest roadblock to your successful manifestation and becoming a master manifester. So the solution to this is prioritize this part of your day. Put away social media, put away your phone, put away Netflix, turn all of that junk off and sit in silence. You can have a journal with you, but just do whatever you need to do to put yourself into a beautiful state of being, okay? And if you fall asleep in a beautiful state of being, your life will be beautiful. So make sure that this is prioritized in your life, okay? This is the most important part of manifestation, the most important time of the day to manifest. Roadblock number 3, not exercising your imagination consciously. And this kind of ties into what I just said in point number 2. But to go further into this, if you don't know what your ideals are, if you don't know how you would like your life to be, if you haven't imagined this, if you have never imagined, how would I like my life to be? What do I want to get out of my life? How do I want my relationships to look? How do I want my finances to look? What do I define as success? And what does a successful life look like to me? A lot of us have never actually asked ourselves these questions and exercised our imagination to the point where we're actually visualizing these things. Okay, so that's roadblock number 3, is you're not exercising your imagination. You're not defining what your ideals are in life. You're not defining how you would like things to be. So the solution to this is to define what your ideals are. Define how you would like your life to be. Define what you want to get out of your life. And then the next step of that, the next part of that equation is to assume that you have everything that you want to have. Okay? This is the law of assumption. This is what Neville Goddard talks about. So, step number 1 is to define what your ideals are. What do you want? And then number 2 is to assume that you already have it in the present moment. And this kind of ties in to roadblock number 4, which is waiting for the future to feel better. Okay? Waiting for the future to feel better. And what this looks like when you're waiting for something, when you're waiting for the future, you're waiting to feel better in the future. We could call this, I want to reference this line. It comes from the movie Fight Club. And the line is, losing all hope was freedom. Losing all hope was freedom. And see, when we hope for a better future, what we're doing is we are deferring how we feel in the present moment to the future. That's what having hope is. So there's this quote in the movie The Fight Club that says, it's also a book, and the quote is, losing all hope was freedom. Because when you lose hope, all you're left with is the present moment, and you're forced to make the present moment whatever it is you want. You realize that there is no future. There is no future. The future does not exist. The past does not exist. It is not real. The only thing that exists is the present moment and how you feel in the present moment. So the solution is to always check in with how you're feeling in the present moment. And if you're not feeling good in the present moment, do whatever you need to do to feel good. And stop deferring feeling good and being in a beautiful state to the future. Okay, stop deferring your present state of being to the future. Oh, I don't feel good right now, but maybe in the future I'll feel better. Don't do that. Okay, because the future is never going to come. So lose all hope. Lose all hope for your future. And instead, get to work on feeling good in the present moment, feeling beautiful in the present moment, getting your state in a beautiful state in the present moment. That is going to ensure that you manifest a beautiful reality. Okay? Here's another roadblock to manifesting, and that is reacting to external circumstances. And this is probably one of the biggest ones that everybody struggles with, is they've identified what they want in the world, and they've assumed that they have it. They assume that they have it, but then they go out in the world, and an unconscious person will come and say something negative or say something that, is just set out of unconsciousness, and then you react to that person, or you react to a situation, or you react to some sort of event that is not in alignment with how you'd like things to be. The moment that you react, that's the moment that you give power to this unconscious person or this unconscious event. And that's the moment that you fall asleep. You get dragged into this dream of life, which then will quickly turn into a nightmare. So, the solution to this is do not react to unconscious people. And this is a lot easier said than done. But you have to realize that most people are still unconscious. They're still asleep. They're still living in this dream of life, and they don't realize that they're the creators of their own reality. You, as a master manifester, have to realize that you are the creator of your reality. Okay, so my biggest thing is, if I come across a person that is unconscious, I have empathy for that person. See, the moment that an unconscious person comes into your reality, and they might say something, they might do something that is not in alignment with how you'd like things to be. If you personalize their unconsciousness and say why, and you get mad and you're like, I can't believe this person is so unconscious. I can't believe this person is so mean to me. I can't believe this person is being so negative. And you start reacting and you start letting your state of being deteriorate because of this person's unconsciousness. Well, essentially, now you're becoming unconscious, and now you're falling asleep, and now you're outsourcing your power to the external world and to unconscious people. So my recommendation here is to just simply have empathy for people who are unconscious in your reality. And instead of getting mad at them, instead of personalizing everything, instead go into your mind's eye and see them as awake. See them being happy. See them living in a beautiful state. And always, always, always look for the beauty in people. Look for that dimension within people that is beautiful, because that beautiful dimension exists in every human being on this planet, because every human being on this planet is a manifestation of God. And even though a vast majority of people on this planet are unconscious, they are asleep, that doesn't change the fact that they are God. If you're able to see the godliness in all people, you will immediately forgive their unconsciousness, and you'll be able to see them as beautiful, thus freeing you from this cycle of insanity, this cycle of unconsciousness. So don't react to unconscious people, okay? Don't react to unconscious people. Instead, have empathy for them, the fact that they're asleep, and look for the beauty within all people, and see them in the most beautiful state that you can imagine, okay? And that will take care of that. So these are really, I think it's like 5 roadblocks to manifestation, and the solutions to overcoming these roadblocks. And obviously I can dive deeper into these videos. I can dive deeper into these topics if you guys are interested in that. But this is just something I wanted to touch base on, because this is probably something that we're all facing in this community. And like I said, on this channel, I want personally to live in a beautiful state. Okay. I want to be living in a beautiful state. I want to create a beautiful mind. And I realize that there are roadblocks to living in a beautiful state, living in a beautiful mind, achieving a beautiful mind. And those roadblocks are self-created, ultimately. So I hope this video helped in gaining greater clarity about the roadblocks to successful manifestation. And if you guys like this video, like this content, like content like this, go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will continue this discussion so we can all elevate together, awaken together, and live in a beautiful state together. So thank you again for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.